Welcome back to the Game Smash Podcast. As always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is...
Fawwaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And today we got a pretty packed podcast. We got a story trailer for NBA 2K 2016, new character announced for Hearthstone, Battleborn, a Gearbox kind of MOBA first-person shooter thing, Dark Souls 3 leaks, excuse me, a new PlayStation and a new Xbox One leaked over Amazon, 1 terabyte memory, the Uncharted Collection, and then Fallout 4, and then we're just going to wrap up with our E3 predictions, because E3, it's coming soon. It's coming soon,
yeah.
But let's talk about what we played this week. So, honestly, I didn't really play that much anything really exciting. I just played a little bit of League of Legends with my friends, played some more Monster Hunter. I gotta be real, I've been painting a lot.
Yes.
I've been having a lot of fun with the little Warhammer minis that I've been collecting and just painting them. So that's been eating up a lot of my time. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I got into the hobby mostly because I was dying for a new XCOM, and then XCOM recently got announced. So it's like, thanks guys, thanks. But anyway, what you been playing, Fawwaz?
Because I was planning on lending you Dragon Age Inquisition, so I decided, because I actually haven't finished it yet, so I decided to get back on that, and I'm on the final mission. You know, I was about to start the mission, and they were like that, oh, you're about to hit the point of no return. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty much at the end of the game. I'm just trying to finish that off so I can lend you the game. It's a lot of fun. It's the one issue that I had with the game is that the side quests are kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the main campaign is really good. I actually really enjoy it. They managed to capture the cinematic feel of like a Call of Duty 4 type campaign in an open world game, which is which I've never experienced before. I've never, like most open world games, I'm not a big fan of their campaigns. But yeah, it found that nice balance between a cinematic campaign and an open world game. Okay. The problem is that the side quests, how the side quests, I don't even call them side quests. How it works is that you go to a new area, and every area has a set amount of things that you can do. Like you can close these rifts that enemies come through. You can... crap. Yeah, you see, that's how forgettable the side quests are. I can't remember.
From what I heard, it seems like they're very, typical kind of side quests. Close a rift, save like a couple people, stuff like that. Not a whole lot of creativity, but it just makes the game feel a little bit more open world, which isn't too bad. Honestly, honestly, I'd probably be playing more for the main campaign anyway. So that doesn't really bother me that much. Yeah, the main campaign is really... Another thing that I give them credit for, though, is that because you know how you have your party, right? You can talk to your party when you're at the Skyhold. The dialogue, like the characters are just amazing. They're so funny, and the dialogue between them is hilarious. I know. There's this one character, because my character is a woman, right? So there's this one character, she's like this very religious... She's a Templar, very religious lady and everything. So then, naturally, I kept hitting on her at every opportunity. Right. So, there's this one cutscene that comes up where she like pulls me to the side and she's like, she's really awkward and she's so adorable. And she's like, I kind of noticed that you've been flirting with me, and I'm sorry, you're a woman, so I'm not really interested. And I just found it really funny. And you've got like 10 different companions, so it's. Like that alone, I spent hours just talking to the companions. That's how good the dialogue between them is. And if you talk to them enough, you open up specific side quests with those characters. Yep. So yeah, good. I definitely... That sounds a lot like the things that I really loved about the Mass Effect series. Well, there you go. Because literally, like, people ask me, so what did you do in Mass Effect? I shot my gun maybe 20 times, and I spent about 60 hours talking to the NPCs. So yeah, no, it's they did a very good job with that. The dialogue is on point. It's that's what I've been playing. All right, cool. Well, can't wait to get my hands on it finally. But anyway, let's move into some news. So a story trailer for NBA 2K 2016. God damn it, I hate these freaking names. And Spike Lee is writing this game. That is just everything about that is just so bizarre. Because it's like, okay, when I think sports games, when I think NHL 2015, I think deep emotional story, right? Because that's the thing that when I read this, I was like, wait, what? And Spike Lee, it's like, oh, okay, he's the farthest of like director I would have expected for this, because he's kind of a weird director. I've seen a couple of his movies. But it just seems like a really odd director to be in this particular game. And I thought he would be in a more like narrative, darker, kind of story kind of game, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything about that announcement was just bizarre. But what did you think about it, Fawwaz?
Yeah, I agree. It was very weird. Because a couple of years ago they had Jay-Z on as an executive producer for the game, right?
Right.
Which pretty much means jack shit. He pretty much. I think he just picked the soundtrack or some crap like that.
Right.
So when they were like executively produced by Jay-Z, I just rolled my eyes because it was like it was a marketing ploy. He didn't actually have much input in the game. So when I heard that Spike Lee was attached to this game, I rolled my eyes as well. And then the trailer came out, and I was like, apparently there's going to be a like campaign for NBA 2K16 where you control a young kid who grows up in the ghetto, and you control him from like when he's younger, playing on the streets, to the drafts, to actually playing in the NBA and all that stuff. So it's not like I'm trying to think of any other good sports game, because usually when sports games tack on the story mode, it's because the game itself is shit. This is probably because NBA 2K16 is the best basketball game on the market right now.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a surprise that they're good. I'm cautiously optimistic actually, because I was already considering picking 2K16 because the NBA finals are on right now and they're so intense, and I'm just watching it. I'm like, damn, I was already planning on picking up 2K16, and this actually has me intrigued. If it was like NBA Live that came out and said this, I'd be like, haha, gimmick, right? Because NBA Live is shit. But with 2K16, I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this. I am cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I could see some kind of interesting aspect to this, like, the classic story of like the rookie sports guy rising to the top. Like, I can see like there's an appeal to that. I'm not exactly intrigued by that.
At the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, but I can definitely see there's some sort of appeal to that. So that would be kind of cool for people that are interested. But it is just bizarre to me that he is in this.
I can't lie.
But moving on to that, we've got a new character announced to Hearthstone. It's a cool concept, but it's way too damn expensive. So from what I've read, is basically you get I think its name is Magnai. Basically, it's just a character. He's a dwarf king, right?
Yeah.
You buy him for $10, and he replaces Garrosh. He's not a completely new character with a new set of cards or anything like that. He's just basically, you can replace Garrosh with Magnai, and you get basically new emotes. Apparently, he comes with some new card backs, and maybe like some just some new like aesthetic kind of flair for $10. But honestly, when I was watching the trailer and I looked at what you're getting, I was like, no, this should have been like $5 cheaper. Like $5 would have been a lot in my opinion, but that $10 is way too much, considering the fact that like you're not getting any cards. Like you're not getting anything, and I couldn't possibly care less about card backs. I know some people do, but I really don't.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. Okay, so just like, because it's okay. See, no one's forcing us to buy this. Like, let me just go out of my way to say that no one's forcing us to buy this. But at the same time, if you're going to release a product, you should price it appropriately. First of all, you can't buy this with gold. Like, this has to be bought with money, right?
Right.
On top of that, it's $10 for one cosmetic hero. There are 9 heroes in the game. I'm no mathematician, but that's $90 if you want all the alternate heroes. And these alternate heroes are purely cosmetic.
Right.
You get new emotes, you get a new hero. The hero is golden, so you don't have to win 500 games with them. The hero is automatically golden. But that's it. You get new emotes, a new card back, and the hero for $10. $10.
Right.
$10.
Yeah.
What mainly is $10? Like that's not smart pricing.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, some people are gonna buy this because people buy anything. People bought Pet Rock, which was literally a rock.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
so,
here's my comparison. Like when you think League of Legends, right? And there's a set amount of champions that they've got right now, and they keep adding more and more and more. But you buy a skin for that champion, but honestly, to buy a skin for a champion could cost you maybe $3 or maybe $5. It could cost you more, but I feel that's a fair system.
Yeah.
With this, you're paying $10 for a skin, and it's just sort of like, eh. Like,
exactly.
I think the problem is that the reason why I don't think some people are like, oh, they should release a new character, right? Like, so that you can play with. And part of me is
like, the hell is Arthas?
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing, though. I can understand why they're a little bit hesitant to it, because the amount of balancing that they would probably have to do with adding a new character to the fold, it would probably be a lot of work. Like, realistically, it would be a lot, because they have, I think, it's 9 characters you can choose from.
Yeah.
And they all have to kind of balance out against each other to a certain extent, as far as the cleric being able to heal, the warrior giving him armor, the warlock dealing 2 damage to himself but getting to draw a card, stuff like that. So adding a new character would probably be it could probably do a lot of damage as far as the balance goes. So that I can understand. I just honestly, from this announcement, I just wish that it was a little bit cheaper. $5 at the most. It just could have been a lot more cheaper.
I think it's a nice idea, because heroes are cute and everything. But definitely, in my opinion, anyway, it's way too expensive. I think it should have been $3 at the most, in my opinion.
Around that.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Friggin' Battleborn. So I think a long time ago we were talking about how when Blizzard announced Overwatch, that's wow, are we gonna start seeing a bunch of competitors with Overwatch, a bunch of people trying to copy them, and bam, Battleborn comes out, and oh my god, I watched the trailer and I was like, wow, this look a lot like Overwatch.
Here's the thing, though, is that Battleborn was actually announced before Overwatch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was announced a long time ago.
But we haven't seen much of it.
Yeah, they announced it a long time ago, and then we didn't see much. And on top of that, it's Gearbox, whereas Overwatch is Blizzard. I mean, everyone loves Blizzard. But they revealed a new trailer for this game that most of us have forgotten about. It looks cool. How do you feel about it?
You know what I will say about this? With the characters, and I'm just gonna make because I have to make the comparison to Overwatch. There's just no way around it. The characters in Overwatch, I feel all of them are fairly memorable to a certain extent. There's some interesting aspects to them. And overall, when I saw the characters that they've revealed so far, I've been okay, he's kind of cool, to, oh yeah, that looks really cool. With this, there's a couple characters I'm she looks really, really cool. But then I get it. There's a couple that in the trailer I was like, wow, he looks like nothing. He looks like the most nothing I've ever seen. The guy who had the minigun and he blew a bubble gum. That guy, I was just But then freaking Ninja Mushroom. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Or at the very end, there's a picture of Gentleman Robot.
I was just...
Gentleman Robot looks like the shit. Oh, God. So there were a couple of designs that made me go, oh, that looks really damn cool. But there were also a couple that were kind of lacked any real creativity to them. Or at least appeal for me. It might appeal to other people, but not for me. To be honest, though, it's the thing about it is, they showed a trailer. We haven't actually seen, full gameplay, what a match looks like and what the game types are. So it'll be interesting to see a little bit more of this. But to be honest, I kind of feel like this is going to be, this, I'm trying to think of the comparison. It's going to be, the second wheel in this genre. It's going to be, most people are going to play Overwatch, and then it's going to be, maybe there'll be a couple other people that play this game as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense. Yeah. One thing though that Overwatch does have that that Battleborn has that Overwatch doesn't is that at the moment anyway, Battleborn is on the PS4 and is on consoles, whereas Overwatch is only on PC.
Yeah, I guess that is true. That is true.
Yeah. So that's there's that. There's that at least. But no, I do see where you're coming from. I just don't know enough about this game.
That is true.
Any kind of opinion about it. Like I know you can you level up your character. You pick a character and you can level them up, and it carries over between single player and multiplayer, and then I know like in the middle of matches too, you the more points you get, you can unlock extra abilities and shit like that.
Right.
But overall, I just don't know enough about this game to have any kind of opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I can totally see. It's just, honestly, my basic opinion is like, alright, clearly it seems very similar to Overwatch. There's some characters that I like more than some of Overwatch's characters, but then there's others that are kind of lame. But it's definitely going to be interesting. I think it'll be interesting also when these games get released, because whichever one hits the ground running first, I think might have a bit of an advantage. Because here's the thing, if Overwatch takes really, really long time to come out,
as most Blizzard games do.
Yeah, most games do. And then this game comes out first, and then it's, pretty damn good, or, good, like, decent, right? It could have an effect on how Overwatch does. Because that's the thing. It's like, if you're going to have two people fighting for the concept, like this very similar concept, then whoever gets their game out first is going to clearly have something over the other guy. However, that doesn't necessarily mean a better game, because it could mean that Blizzard is taking their time to craft a much better experience. And unfortunately, after seeing Gearbox with Alien Colonial Marines, sometimes they like to rush their games and not clearly think them out.
Was Colonial Marines Gearbox?
Yeah, well, it was a bunch of people. It was Gearbox and 2K, and it was like 4 different developers, and that's why the game ended up being such a clusterfuck, was because it was like 4 developers working on this game that had been in production for like 6 or 7 years, and it was just a disaster when it finally came out. You know what it kind of reminded me? I know this is kind of like a tangent, but it kind of reminded me of the same development hell that Duke Nukem went through.
Which Gearbox also made.
Who Gearbox also made. So I feel, Gearbox, you shouldn't try and take games that have been through development hell and try and save them, because you end up just like taking a gun and shooting them in the head instead. That's your definition of saving them. So anyway, but moving on from that, got a leak. Dark Souls 3 screenshots leaked and a bunch of different news. So I'll probably take this one.
Yeah, you take this one.
I got the big Dark Souls. There's a couple of things that look really cool and a couple things that kind of worry me. One, okay, the graphics look great. The armors look fantastic from the screenshots that have been shown off. And there's a couple other things, they pointed out that Dark Souls 2 had a couple reskins from the first game.
Okay.
Like asset reuse, which was a little bit annoying, but apparently this one's going to be completely new. There's going to be no reskin bosses. Everything's going to be completely new in this game. There's a couple things that are kind of interesting. I guess, weirdly enough, in the other Dark Souls games, to do cooperative play, right?
Yeah.
You had to get this item called a white soapstone. You would place it on the ground, and then if somebody saw it in their world, they could join your world, and then they could help you out, right?
Okay.
But in this game, it seems like you have to kill a certain person, and you have to sacrifice their body or something like that to teleport to other people's worlds.
Okay.
So that's a little bit weird. The other thing that's it's been a thing in Dark Souls is that the more and more, I guess, you co-op, the more and more likely you are of being invaded, which is basically people will invade your world if you're connected online and try and kill you. So you'll be trying to fight your way to the boss, and then someone will invade your world and then try to kill you before you even get to do that. So good, fun, trolly stuff.
I was about to say, that sounds annoying and hella trolly.
Oh, it's hella trolly, but it's part of the fun. It's part of the, like, God damn it, this game is hard. And the community is not making it any easier. There's a couple of things that had me concerned. One of them was there's apparently, some of this is kind of rumored, and I don't know if it's official, is that you might be able to create your own bonfires. And now, what bonfires worked in the Dark Souls games is bonfires were checkpoints. You would sit in front of a bonfire, you would get your health up, your Estus flasks or your potions back, and that would be, when you die, you would spawn back at the bonfire.
Okay.
And the problem I have with the idea of people being able to create their own bonfires is that the Dark Souls games, especially Dark Souls 1, maybe less 2, but Dark Souls 1, the bonfires were very specifically placed and designed in areas that that made sense. So basically, the checkpoint system was really, really well thought out. Especially when you think of games like Bloodborne, which is kind of like a spin-off, I guess, but made by Miyazaki, who was the director. Yeah. He very specifically placed those checkpoints in a way that you could unlock shortcuts that could bring you back to checkpoints relatively easily.
Okay.
So it was like everything was linked. So what worries me is that if people can just place checkpoints wherever they want in this game, in whatever fashion that they have, it's going to completely ruin that aspect of the level design, and I think that's going to be a really, really detriment to the game rather than a bonus.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so that's my first thing that I'm concerned. The other thing that made me a little bit concerned is the screenshots themselves, and why I'm a little bit concerned that some of this news could possibly be fake is because the screenshot had a health bar and endurance bar HUD from Dark Souls 1. It wasn't from Dark Souls 2, it was from Dark Souls 1, right?
Okay.
And it makes me think that there could be a slight possibility that this was a Photoshop kind of thing. A slight one. I could be completely wrong. It could be just there could be a completely different, HUD when the official game comes out. Other than that, I'm kind of excited. Do you have any thoughts on this, Fawwaz, as far as Dark Souls 3?
Absolutely none. You know me, I'm an opinionated guy. I can't, because I know so little of this series. I didn't even know there were checkpoints. I didn't know it used a checkpoint system. I thought it used a save system.
No. It didn't use...
I guess makes more sense now that I think about it.
If it used a save system, people could just save scum the shit out of it, and it wouldn't be hard at all.
Well, I mean, XCOM used a save system.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like there's no Iron Man mode in Dark Souls, because that... Yeah.
Touche. But yeah, I have absolutely no opinion on this at all. Okay, no, I do actually. I don't like... I feel like they're milking it.
Okay, you feel like the series might be going a little bit too long?
Yeah, I feel like... No. Like, I feel like they're not... I mean, they're not leaving enough space between releases, you know?
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, Dark Souls 2 came out last year, right?
Yeah, 2014. Yeah, it came out last year.
Then the Game of the Year edition came out this year, and now Dark Souls 3, the rumor that is coming out next year. I think that's... I don't like when companies start pumping games out at a formulaic pace, because it's always reflects poorly on the quality of the game when it launches. So I'm starting to get worried that they're trying to franchise this, because we found this successful franchise, and now we're and now we're trying to milk the shit out of this. But we'll see. This is still just a rumor, so the game might not even actually exist. That might all be a very, very good Photoshop job. So
yeah. So I mean, I would be excited. It'll be interesting to see if it gets officially announced at E3, which is coming soon. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's basically my thoughts on it so far. Moving on from that, just a really quick announcement. There was a leak over Amazon. Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 model, 1 terabyte memory, have been revealed.
Yeah.
And having more memory is always a good thing. It'll be interesting to see the cost of these, though. That would be interesting.
Yeah, what I'm thinking they're probably going to do is that they'll make them cost what the current versions cost, and they'll just siphon out the current versions of the consoles, because I was expecting a price drop, or a new model, but so a new model that costs the same as the current model will it's technically a price drop, so it's a bit of both. I think that's what's going to happen. It'll cost the same as because I mean, come on, the PS4 currently costs $450 in Canada. They can't start charging us $500 for a console.
Right. Exactly. Like, well, clearly, like Xbox One tried to do that, and
how'd that work out?
Yeah, that worked out great. That press conference. Oh man.
So yeah, that's what I think anyway. What about you?
I like the idea, especially since my PS3 is having the huge problem of I do not have any more space for it. Like, I have too many game memories on it, and I'm gonna have to go through the really brutal process of actually starting to delete save files that I may or may not want to delete.
Oh shit.
Which I don't know what to do, because I keep buying games, especially, the other big problem I have with, this is something that I've noticed recently. You know what the problem with episodic games is? Is that they eat up they just eat up memory. Like, here's the thing, like, I really like the Walking Dead Telltale game, right?
Yeah.
But I had to download it. I had to download Season 1, and then, of course, I got to download Season 2, and when Season 3 comes out, that's going to be even more memory on my computer.
Why don't you just delete the old episodes when you're done with them?
The problem is because you want decision continuity. Because for Season 2, there are decisions and dialogue options that you made in Season 1 that actually carry over to Season 2.
But wouldn't that be connected to your save file as opposed to the actual game file itself?
Oh, I guess that's a way to fix that, huh? I guess I wasn't smart enough to think that out. But speaking of things that aren't really smart, Uncharted Collection, yay!
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm gonna, before Fawwaz rages, just let me get my 2 cents in, and then we'll let you rage. Okay, so Uncharted Collection. It's gotten announced. It's going to be a HD port for the PlayStation 4 that has Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, Amongst Thieves, and Drake's Deception. Now, being the guy who actually does kind of like Uncharted, but not too much, like, I like it, but not, super like it, I will say this. One, if it's going to be anything like The Last of Us Remastered, it better come with a lot of DLC. And also, the other big problem I have with this is The Last of Us Remastered was The Last of Us, and it's a really damn good game. And the thing about Drake's Fortune, going back to it, it's kind of mediocre. Drake's Fortune is pretty mediocre. Amongst Thieves is really good. Like, I still think Amongst Thieves is the best in the series. And Uncharted 3 is kind of, it's better than 1, but it's not as good as 2. It doesn't have the train level from 2, which was really damn good. But to be honest, even with this announcement, it's probably just going to look a little bit better. It's not going to look, because the Uncharted games look pretty damn good, and I doubt that this one is going to make it look any better. And yeah, plus my biggest fear is them rushing it. Because trying to rush it before the launch of Uncharted, Uncharted 4, right?
Yeah.
And that could be a big problem. Like, what if they rush this thing, it's all buggy and shit, and then it's like, because we didn't talk about this, because, we were talking about the Ultra Street Fighter 4 PS4 edition?
Oh, yeah.
A couple weeks ago, and how I was actually thinking of getting it, and then apparently it got super rushed because they wanted to get it out before EVO, and it's buggy as all hell.
Yeah.
That's my biggest concern, is that they're going to release this really quickly before the game launches, and then it's going to be buggy as hell. All right, that's all I really got to say. Fawwaz, go, rage on.
Oh my god. Seriously, Sony, what the hell is going on? Like, I mean, okay, they had Bloodborne that came out in March, that was amazing, and they had The Order that came out in February, that was shit, right? And then, like, what else do they have this year? They have the God of War 3 remaster, not even the God of War Collection remaster. 3 coming out next month, and then they have Until Dawn, which is just which also looks like shit.
Yeah.
And that's coming out in I think August. And now their big holiday title is the Uncharted Remastered Collection. Yes, I paid $450 plus tax, which is 13% in Canada. You know, for all of you that don't know, to play Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much, Sony.
Yes.
This is exactly why I bought a next-gen console. To play The Last of Us, Uncharted, Helldivers, and God of War 3. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. That's where you got it.
I swear, this E3, if Sony don't come out and show me some stuff this E3, if they sit up there and show me some bullshit-ass Project Morpheus shit and sit there with a smug look on their face commenting about how, oh yeah, we've sold 8 million more than the Xbox One, like I give a shit. I might just send my PS4 back, man. Seriously, because I don't have time for this shit. Seriously, why am I buying a next-gen console to play ports of for God's sake, Drake's Deception? No, not Drake's Deception. What's the first one called?
Drake's Fortune.
Drake's Fortune, I can't even remember. Drake's Fortune came out in like 2007.
It did. Like, it came out years ago. And it wasn't, like, honestly, like, it wasn't even that good. And I played it.
No, it really wasn't. It just looked good. That was what it got the most. And then the PS3 had nothing at the time, which I guess makes sense, considering the PS4 has nothing right now. Yeah. But, like, seriously, what the hell is going on? Like, the Xbox One has Halo 5. Not Halo Master Chief Collection, by the way. Halo 5 coming out this year. They've got Forza 6. They've got Fable Legends. They've got the Tomb Raider sequel. Not a re-release of Tomb Raider, an actual sequel. And I'm sitting here with Uncharted Remaster. Thank you.
I think it pisses you off the most because I know that you really don't like Uncharted.
I really don't like Uncharted. And then on top of that, I'm starting to get my god. Yeah. I think that's all I need to have to say about this before I pop an artery.
Yeah. Honestly, this E3 is going to be very interesting, nonetheless. But basically the most opposite of news. Instead of Fawwaz raging, Fawwaz being super happy. Fallout 4 finally gets announced. No freaking fake teaser sites. God damn it. We had to go through like...
Oh my god. Sorry for cutting you off. I finished watching that trailer, and Tana, I actually could not believe I was actually watching the trailer for Fallout 4.
There was a little bit of disbelief.
Yeah, because we've been teased for so long.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, and it's just like, oh, there's my wasteland I've been looking forward to. Oh, there's a Death Claw. I'm so excited to get completely owned by that thing. And
then Ron Perlman, he just says the words. He says the words that I've been waiting for. He's like, war.
War never changes.
I paused the video and I just left. I was like, I'm good.
I saw your Facebook post.
Yeah, like release the game right now. I don't need to see any gameplay. I'll go out and I'll buy it. I don't care. But anyway, talking about the actual gameplay, one thing I want to say real quick is that the game actually looks like shit graphically. It just me?
This looks like shit. Okay, I have to say something about this because this was something that was all over the comments. With, oh, this game looks like shit. Oh, this game looks so bad. Oh, la 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 la. Okay, couple things people have to consider. One, Bethesda games haven't actually always looked that great when you think about it. When you objectively think about it. They're better at making just really big worlds than making graphically impressive games. And two, people have been staring at modded Skyrim for the last, like 3 years or so?
Yeah.
So that's an unfair comparison because modded Skyrim has gone, like, to godlike lengths of presentation and it's like just seeing what people have been able to do graphically with the mods is just unbelievable. Like the grass physics that people put into the goddamn game, it's like it's insanity. It's complete insanity. Yeah. So that was a little bit of like, okay guys, you've been staring at modded Skyrim for years. Of course this isn't gonna look as good because this is just a game on its own.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple, like, you know, I wish, honestly, somebody pointed out, even though it doesn't look next gen.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It looks somewhere between the PS3 generation and the PS4 generation. It looks somewhere in between. But bear in mind, this is going to be a huge ass game.
Yeah, no, I don't care. Like, I guess I should have made that clear. Yeah. The game, I watched the trailer, and you know, like the character models, the animations looked janky. The lighting was really good. Like the area where the Death Claw was, there's this one area that was like a big city with some dude with a trench coat walking in. The lighting is amazing. It was the end where they showed the character with the dog, and I was like, wow, these graphics don't look very good. But I do not care. First of all, I've been on this podcast talking about how I give 3 shits about graphics, right?
Right.
I mean, the Order looked amazing, and I wouldn't play that game if you gave it to me for free. But like, here's the thing. First of all, this is a generation of announcement trailers that look amazing, and then games coming out that don't look as good.
Yeah.
Like Watch Dogs, even The Witcher 3, as much as I love that game, there were graphical downgrades between when it was announced and when it was released.
It was meant to, honestly, that made more sense because it was essentially like, look, we have a huge-ass game. We need this game to run. We don't want this game to chug. Because that's the biggest fear.
Exactly.
If your game starts chugging,
The Witcher 3 on PS4, it chugs. The load times between deaths are atrocious, and the frame rates dips frequently. So honestly, if they give me a game that running on Skyrim's engine that looks like Skyrim, not modded Skyrim, actual Skyrim, that runs smooth with, you know, like minimal load times, I don't care. I honestly do not care. Another thing that someone pointed out, though, is that the main character might actually talk in this game.
That was kind of interesting. I don't know exactly how to feel about it, because it's like, oh, maybe they're trying to, you know, shepherd it up. Like, you know, your character has a voice, but, you know, he's still kind of like, you're kind of imprinting on the character regardless. You know what I mean? Which would be kind of interesting, because a lot of these Bethesda games, it's just like, you have all these dialogue options, and it's just like, oh, my character's not saying anything. You could just imagine your character's just awkwardly standing there, not saying a single thing. And like some of the most pivotal scenes, like your father just died, and it's just like, I'm just not gonna say anything, not gonna, just like, nothing. So that I can understand. I'm a little bit concerned about it because it'll be interesting what they do with that. It'll definitely be interesting.
Because Bethesda have never done it before, so you don't really know what to expect. Oh, another thing is that the game is apparently set in Boston.
Yes, good old Boston.
Good old Boston. Oh, and the cities look really, really big.
Yeah, a lot bigger than some of the other games.
Bigger than Fallout. Because in Fallout 3, you had Megaton. I think that was
Megaton.
Yeah, you had Megaton, and you had a couple other cities, but in general, it was just wasteland, you know? The cities were usually really small, and you had, like, a few people here and there, but, like, the cities in this, they actually look like big civilized, like the big castles from Skyrim, you know? Like exactly. Whiterun and all those places, which is, oh my god, I'm just so excited. Like, I just want my release date now, Bethesda. Give me my release date. When do you think it's coming out, man?
The only other thing I'm going to point out is that somebody pointed out, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a side quest in Fallout 3 in which you find this guy who's trying to figure out his past, and he turns out to be an actual, like, cyborg, like, half-human, like an actual android kind of thing.
No, I never did that.
It was a really cool quest, and it talked about, because it hinted at the fact that there was an actual organization of people that were, like, cybernetics, like, all, like, mech'd up and whatnot, right?
Okay.
You know the guy in the trench coat? If you zoom in on his hand, he has a robotic hand.
Oh my god.
And some people are going like, oh, is this going to be like, are we going to actually see more of the cyber guys? Like, is there going to be a plot thing related to that? So
I won't mind.
Yeah.
I won't mind at all. Yeah.
I think that would actually be pretty cool. Like, throw in some Deus Ex, you know, why not?
Yeah, actually real quick, though, before we move on from this, how do you, when do you think it's coming out?
Not this year. I'm pretty certain, because the fact that they recently just re-released Elder Scrolls Online to the PS4 and the Xbox One. I feel like it's probably going to be next year, maybe early next year, but I don't think it's going to be this year. I would be shocked if it's this year.
I actually think it's going to be this year.
You think it's going to be this year?
Yeah, because the team that made Elder Scrolls Online is not the team that's been working.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah, the Fallout team is the team that made Skyrim. They haven't released a game since Skyrim in 2011.
Yeah.
They've pretty much been working on this game for 4 years now. I think it's coming out this year. maybe that's just me being wishful. I think.
Well, you know what will be the deciding factor. Oh, this is something that I had to point out that somebody really interesting. People were like, well, why didn't they just announce this at their Bethesda convention? Because that would have got everyone super hyped.
Yeah.
And essentially, what people said is that the reason why I think they strategically decided to announce it before their convention or their press conference. Is because of the fact that everything that in that press conference would have been overshadowed by Fallout 4. Like, basically, sense. Anything else that they would announce, it would have been, well, I don't really give a shit, Fallout 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the reason why they released this trailer early, and that maybe we'll get another trailer at the press conference with the official release date. Maybe. Probably. But yeah, we could be getting this year. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe early next year. It depends.
Okay.
But before we wrap things up, just really quick, our E3 predictions. Let's just wrap up what we think what we think is going to happen. I am losing my ability to speak. Fawwaz, save me.
Okay, I'll go first.
All
so
right.
Like I did, I'm not going to talk about anything that's actually been. I think this is going to be. I definitely think it's going to be better than last year.
Okay, yeah.
Even just based off the games that we know are going to be shown at E3 this year, this is already better than last year. Battlefield is being shown. Battlefield is being shown. Mirror's Edge, Catalyst is being shown. Fallout 4 is being shown.
Yep.
Doom. We're finally going to see footage of Doom.
Yeah, that's a big surprise.
It's been almost 10 years waiting for this. We're finally going to see footage of Doom. Platinum Games said they're going to have a new... They've announced that there's a new game that they're going to show.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not another Wii U exclusive. Hopefully it's finally something on the PS4.
Bayonetta 3, Wii U exclusive.
I swear. I swear. Let me see. I think that's mainly... That's my... Oh my god. You've transferred it over to me now. And now I can't talk. I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
All right, I'll take it. I'm good to go. All right. So, my E3 predictions. All right, Nintendo. It's probably going to show off a couple of different games. I'm hoping for more Zelda. I really hope that they show off some more Zelda.
I can't imagine they wouldn't.
I maybe some more of that SMT Cross Fire Emblem game because I really like Atlas games now because of Persona. So I'd be interested in seeing some of that. Honestly, maybe surprise me. It would be really interesting if they showed a new Metroid, like we talked about all those podcasts ago. But that's what I'm expecting from Nintendo. Some classic nostalgia games. That's what I'm expecting. For Microsoft, probably some more Halo 5 stuff. Probably some other, maybe Scalebound, which was that Platinum game that they announced last year. Some more of that.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see that.
Yeah. So probably some other games. Like honestly, I'm less excited for them for obvious reasons, but they probably might actually bring something pretty cool to the table this year, because they are getting better. Mm-hmm. And then finally with Sony, there's only a couple things I want. I want to see some more Persona 5. Kingdom Hearts 3 would be great for me. Probably Final Fantasy. We're probably actually going to see, the more I think about it, we're probably going to see some more Final Fantasy 15 for sure. And then obviously the Miracle. I am still dreaming. I am still dreaming until this podcast is going to be released on Friday. But until E3 is over, I am still hoping that we will get that Last Guardian trailer that we have been waiting for. I am still hoping. Look, this is the time to dream. Fallout 4 trailer finally came out. It finally came out, and
this is true.
So this is the time to dream.
Got announced. Upfront finally got announced. So yeah. This is the time to dream.
This is it. This is it. But anyway, I think we're going to have to wrap it up here. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer in the next podcast. And as always, this has been William Liberty and...
Fawwaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.